the time with the I've been wrong at a line like I don't read the signs. I'm so done with the lies, that's why I ain't got no time. 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 I ain't got no.
Boy ain't looking at the clock. Stepped up in the game like rock. Ball boy with the hook, can't stop. Let the dread on my head stay locked.
Holy shit, you guys, I'm alive. So I know it's been a super long time since I made a video, and I'm pretty regretful of that, but I've literally just had a ton of shit going on, and I apologize. But I'm back. I'm doing my best to get this thing back right so I can make more videos for you guys. So a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm going to try to condense into a really quick video. That way this doesn't get too drawn out and you're not here listening to me babble forever. So first, the 0304 is gone. Last minute decision to sell the bike. I know that myself and a lot of you guys are probably sad to see it go, but honestly I needed to focus on the 2013. You know, I wanted to put a lot of time into this bike and I wanted to give it the things that it needed, because this is the bike that I primarily ride. I loved riding the 03, but I felt like personally the 13 is where I progressed more, I progressed faster, and in general it's just the bike that I like to ride the most. Also, I mean, the 03, I mean, I can't ride both bikes at the same time. And when you're talking about stunt bikes, I mean, having more than one comes with its complications. You know, if something happens and I wreck one of them, like, yes, I have a backup, but now also, you know, I have double parts I have to buy, and it's a cluster. So the 13 has been getting some really good attention. You see I have it completely torn apart, and I'm gonna get into this on sort of what I'm doing. So stunt bikes, everybody knows, wiring harnesses and anything stock on these bikes usually gets touched in some way or another. This bike has had its wiring harness absolutely molested by I don't know how many people, so I'm doing my best with it. Previously I had the entire harness on the front end, and that's what all these plugs and stuff are that usually go up on the handlebars. I had all of these bunched up right here, and it was making it to where this was just one big just clusterfuck, and then all this stuff over here wasn't here. So what I've done instead is I've ran the wiring harness, or the other half of it, across. So now my fuses are over here, my gauge cluster will be over here, and now I've got all my plugs and stuff here. So I have a lot more room here, which makes it to where I don't have to try to smash the airbox down. And also, pro tip, you want to really keep wires away from your throttle control right here, your linkage where your cables connect to your throttle bodies, because if you have something pressed up against this and something happens and you either whiskey throttle or you need to get out of the throttle and you can't, your wires might be pushing against this and you could get your throttle stuck wide open, and that's a bad day. So working on that. Also, I've got some new stuff coming, or it's here already, I just haven't put it on. I got the new clutch lever. It's going to be One Finger brand. Their One Finger easy pull clutch. I'm pretty excited to try that out because that's completely new and I haven't used it yet. I've heard good things about it. In my opinion, so far, like out of the box, it looks a little bit big, and I really don't know how I'm going to feel about that. So we're going to give it a go, but I have one other surprise too that I have to show you guys. You guys know how much I've bragged about my handbrake. The Brembo RCS 14 I've ran since I got this bike, and I've absolutely loved it, but I'm switching gears. So I've always heard great things about Akasatos, and I finally got one. So I'm super pumped. This is the Akasato 16x18. It's a clutch side master, and I can't wait to try this thing out because I've heard, like, Magura people and Brembo people, this is the happy middle ground. So I'm super excited to try these out. I got these from Matthew James on Instagram. That's where I bought this from. He was selling it, and I'll put his link on his Instagram up on the screen so you can go give him a follow and show some love. Can't wait to try this. Hopefully tonight, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I've been working a whole lot like crazy, so I haven't had any time to put into the bike. So I'm gonna try to get the rest of this figured out, loose wires and things like that, zip tie all this. I took this other control that goes on the handlebars and put it under the seat instead of up here, because I want to try to reduce as much clutter as possible on top of the motor. And also, you really want to avoid getting anything close to the exhaust manifold for obvious reasons. So the last thing that I have left to do before I can tighten all this up Obviously, zip tie any and everything that could be loose and that can flop around. I don't want to lose anything or break anything. I have to cut a tab, this little tip of this fan bracket off, because my fans rub a little bit. Where it bolts up there, it rubs the tip of that bracket. So I got to fix that. But this radiator's brand new, because I busted the radiator a while back, and that's why I haven't been riding this bike. Radiator's brand new, so I've got the Panasonic fans. So I just have to finish bolting that all together, get it tight where it won't move, put the cages back on, brakes and clutch, and then I got a new battery, all that stuff. This bike will be 100% ready to go. So hopefully, with my schedule and literally everything else that goes on in my life, I'll have this bike ready in a couple of weeks, and it'll be ready to ride. So the only things that I'm planning to do to it maintenance wise after that, change the fork seals and get a new front fender, because I think it's ugly without the fender. So you guys hang in with me. On a whole nother note, super pumped because we almost have 1,000 subscribers, and I'm literally shitting my pants because I never thought it was going to get that far, and I'm really excited. So pushing for, I think we got less than 10 left. So I've got to do like a 1,000 subscriber celebration ride or some shit. Also, holy shit, we got new neck bearings. I forgot to say that, because if you remember, you probably heard it in my one of my last videos, this thing like making a bunch of popping noises and shit when I turned. Well, I found out that the lower neck bearing was completely disintegrated, so there's that. Anyways, tell your friends, hit the subscribe button, show some love. Hit me up on Instagram if you don't have me, because that's the easiest way to get a hold of me literally anytime. Just message me on Instagram. I'll message you back all the time. Until then, later.